Welcome back to Sporty Monday, where we give you all the cocktails in terms of matters to do with sports. We've just discussed rugby, discussed matters to do with football. Let's now go to basketball. And if you're a basketball fanatic, you'll know that the NBA All-Star game was played last night or early this morning. And there is a team led or coached by one Shaq known as the Shaq's OG, and as you can see the footage there on your screen, the Shaq OG is comprised of prominent players, stars like Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. Now, in that particular game, the Shaq's OGs went on to beat Team Chuck's Global Stars for 225 in the final, and of course also beat Candace's Rising Stars 42-35 on their way to the final. These are Shaq's OGs is a team made of all the stars that you can figure out in the NBA. And of course, Curry was named the MVP in that particular match and also lifted the Kobe Bryant trophy. So we start with you, Alex. I don't know whether you had a chance to watch that particular...
Yes, I did.
Particular game. What do you make of it? And it was actually the first time it was being held in San Francisco in California.
My view about the NBA All-Star weekend, inakwanga showbiz too. It's not a proper game of basketball for those who know, or follow basketball. But it's time for the league to showcase what they have, like the best. But what I picked out from this morning's game is the longevity of LeBron James. That guy has appeared in All-Star teams since 2001.
LeBron, right?
Yes.
But he sat out this time because of an injury. Yeah?
Yes, but he was still, sort of the captain for the Shaq's O'Neal's, Shaq's team. Mm-hmm. But it was a proper, showcasing of what they have to offer, and it's massive talent. Mm-hmm. Kyrie Irving still, going. Kevin Durant, the likes of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is just insane. I haven't seen a player with his shooting range since I started following basketball. Mm-hmm. I know there's the likes of Kareem Abdul, from back in the years, but Steph is just insane. And this comes after a very insane transfer window, so to say, where players are being traded without even their knowledge. We had a player who was traded to 4 teams within one day. You saw to one team in Shabana, in Shitera's football terms. You saw to Shabana, then to KCB, then to Tusker, and then
FC Leopards.
And then FC Leopards. And you don't even know, that's the beauty about the NBA, because I think the teams have the right to, to sell a player. It's not all about the player. And we saw one of the biggest moves, during that period was Doncic moving to the Lakers. How that is going to affect the Mavericks is just going to be, a game of wait and see. But it was a proper weekend of, basketball. We saw the best of the best. But also, for the first time, we saw Mark win the dunk contest 3 times in a row. It's the first time it's happening. So it was a proper showcase of basketball, and I think it was a very good weekend for the NBA, and also, showcasing the next pool of talent that we can expect, to shine over the years.
Yeah, and of course, now looking at away from the NBA All-Stars, what also took place on Saturday, Shitera, is there was a press conference by the commissioner, and the NBA created what they call the Dikembe Mutombo Humanitarian Award. Of course, it's an honor for the Congolese, this Congolese-born basketball player, and of course he has a great history. He's a Hall of Famer. Do you think it's is it overdue, considering the amount of talent that Africa has exported to the NBA over the years? Is it coming a little bit too late to just honor such a figure with this particular award?
A little bit too late, but again, they say better late than never. Mm-hmm. And to me, you see, we all look forward to NBA to get the inspiration, and it's a dream for every top basketball player. Look at what South Sudan is doing. I really enjoyed their their contest with the USA in the Olympics. So every other NBA player or fan will look up to NBA to get some sort of inspiration. But again, taking it back home, our league, the basketball league, we can only dream again, Kinyua, because those years again,
to combine.
Yeah, those years while I was still in school, we used to watch those games at Nyayo National Stadium Gymnasium, and the competition was really high. So when I see such footage and such scenes, look at that stadium, Kinyua. Look at the fans, Kinyua. No one will tell you, let us go to the stadium. You will just be attracted to the stadium. Because if you give me quality, I will be attracted. But if you give me a makeshift, a makeshift structure,
Talanta Stadium, make it a rugby stadium.
No. I think the format and the approach of Talanta Stadium is I would say it's a buffet of all these sports.
Does it have a basketball court?
I think it has, because it's Talanta Sports City. It's not Talanta Football Stadium.
It's part of the.
So the idea around Talanta is just like the idea around Kasarani. And I think probably, let us pray, we'll have a rugby stadium, and hope that the contractors really listen to you.
Actually,
so that,
I remember sometime last year, the Kenya Rugby Union was assigned a few acres in Kasarani to, start the construction of like a proper, because the RFA wanalipa landlord.
Sasa unarudi kwangu. That is where we should start. That is where we should start.
Something about NBA.
Kama kupea mtoto wa 1 year ugali. So let us start by uji first as we grow up.
Around the NBA All-Stars, I think it's trying to teach us as an African region at large, whereby, of course, we have all these stars that are playing outside. We can see, let's talk about Sudan. A lot of stars from Sudan are playing outside. And all these was about all investment and showcasing of talent and showcasing of what is happening outside there. That is, it was open for even other people to come and watch. And that is something that we need to learn from that. Investment, it's good. And again, what we do about investment is looking for sponsorship. And these are the things that attract sponsors. If we do that, let's say, for example, we do the All-Stars, African All-Stars against the people who are playing outside All-Stars, it can attract sponsors and we can get something that is very good. Talk about the investment that the American people have done in NBA and the American soccer. It is huge. Not even in athletics and other things, but these two sports, it's huge, because someone is seeing it's a business opportunity. Someone is seeing that this is a talent place whereby a lot of things can happen, you see. So if we put that mind even here in Africa and do that, we want to build maybe 2 classic NBA stadiums across 3 African countries. Or we want to build football, a classic across 3 stadiums. We had an election of AU. Of course, we can do that because we are Africans and we are united.
Yes.
So for us, we have to learn something, because all these All-Stars means that people from all over America came in there to watch those people. As we talk about the fans are supposed to come, when the fans are supposed to come, do something that I will be there. I will go and watch all this.
Including the head of RMS Sports Center, Isaac Swiller, who was there to there's something I wanted to mention now. Part of that award, what was very crucial for me is the NBA announced that through NBA Africa, they're going to build 55 basketball courts in Africa. In the next 1 year. They have a target of 10,000, I think, courts in the next 1 decade. And then whoever wins the award is going to be given a grant that they can use to, to sort of grow basketball in Africa, which is very welcome when it comes to, when you see what NBA Africa is trying to do to grow the game. In Kenya, I think we have a long way to go, because when you talk about investment, Zita, a few years ago, South Sudanese legend Luo Deng came to Kenya. He tried to, talk to Kenyan authorities to help, build basketball and grow it to the next level. But what did we do? We shied away. He went back to his country, built a team, and that team competed in the Olympics, before Kenya. So I think it's all about our choices and how we invest in the game.
And something that you know that if you see all these the basketball teams here in Kenya, most of the people that are playing it again are Sudanese. Look at the girls teams. Look about even talk about the team, the Thunder, that was doing very well in NBA Africa. That is, most of them, they're Sudanese. And then the NBA Africa, something that I loved about it, because we've talked about it, is because there's they broke that bridge that I need to play basketball in university so that I can get scholarship and go outside. Now it gives someone a platform of that you can play NBA Africa, and that you don't need to have a scholarship to go outside. We have scouts that can come and scout you and see what you're doing here.
Yes, and indeed the National Basketball Association, NBA, as I said earlier, announced the creation of the NBA Africa Dikembe Mutombo Humanitarian Award, a new annual honor that will recognize a person or an organization that works to advance health, education, or economic opportunity across Africa. Now, the creation of this award is in honor of Dikembe Mutombo, a Congolese-American basketball legend who died last September at the age of 58, but inspired by the African continent, not just through his success on the court, but humanitarian work as well. Let's now link up with our very own Isaac Swila, who has been covering the NBA All-Star event in San Francisco, California, for more insights. Swila, if you can hear me, what do you have for us?
Precisely, I get you loud and clear. Wycliffe Orandi in Nairobi. Of course, here I'm in San Francisco, USA, for the NBA All-Star Weekend, which has been going down. And for me, the outstanding thing, or the standout, is for me the NBA Africa Luncheon, which went down. And in that luncheon, we had the top bosses of NBA, and they talked about the vision they had for the game, what they want done, how to give back to the African community and to grow the sport. And Mr. Adams, basically the NBA commissioner, talked of building 55 basketball courts across Africa to help spur the growth of the sport. And of course, the DRC Congo will be one of the countries that will be benefiting from this initiative. You all remember Mr. Mutombo Dikembe, who was a towering basketball specimen. He played here, he was a star, he was known for his defensive capabilities, and speaker after speaker here paid glowing tribute to him. And as a measure of that, they want to give the sport back to Africa, and one of them is building these courts I've talked about, and the NBA is pumping billions of dollars into this initiative to help uplift the game. So that was a standout thing and something to look forward to in the coming days and weeks, and of course to see how this happen. So that has been standout thing. And of course, before I go, remember the state of infrastructure that has been standout. I've been quite some of arenas like yesterday, and you see the massive investment in the sport. That is something that is lacking, and if that can be done, if Kenya can get that right, if Africa can get that right, then we can have more talent come to the USA and play at the very, very top level like Dikembe. That's all from me here, of course, in San Francisco, the state of California, USA. Back to you in studio in Nairobi.
Thank you very much, Isaac Swila from San Francisco there in California, covering the NBA All-Star and, of course, every other thing that took place, including the launch of that humanitarian award that took place on Saturday. That was announced on Saturday. Now,